Alright, today we're going to be dividing fractions. So you have just a half sheet. We're going to glue that down in our notebook. And this is on page 20. So down at the bottom, we're going to write 20. And at the top, we're writing dividing fractions. Okay, so the big rule with dividing fractions is to keep change, flip. You cannot actually divide fractions, so what you have to do is to change it to multiplication and flip to the reciprocal. So we have several different types of fractions. We're going to start out by using fraction by fraction. So step 1 is to convert whole numbers to fractions, change mixed numbers to improper fractions. We don't have to do that on this one since we don't have any, so it stays the same. 3/4 divided by 1/4. Step 2 is to find the reciprocal of the second number. So 1/4 is my second number, and 1/4 becomes 4/1. Reciprocal just means to flip-flop your numerator and denominator. Step 3 says to replace the division symbol with a multiplication symbol. Okay, so you've still got 3/4. This time, instead of having division, we're going to put a multiplication. And in step 2, 1/4 became 4/1. Step 4 is to multiply. So we've got 3/4 times 4/1. Remember, like we talked about yesterday, to check your diagonals. Do you have anything in common? 3 and 1 are not there's not anything in common. But 4 and 4 are both divisible by 4. So we can mark those out. 4 divided by 4 is 1. 4 divided by 4 is 1. Then multiply 3 times 1 and 1 times 1. 3 times 1 gives me 3. 1 times 1 gives me 1. Then in our last step, it says simplify if needed. Convert to mixed number or whole number. We should say or, not of. Or whole number. So this is an improper fraction. We're going to need to make that just a regular 3. And this is our answer. Okay, pretty simple. Our next type of problem is a whole number by a fraction. Okay, so we need to convert whole numbers to fractions, change mixed numbers to improper fractions. How we do that is we take our 3 and make it 3/1. 1/4 is just fine, so we don't have to do anything to that. Then in step 2, we need to find the reciprocal of that second number. So once again, 1/4 becomes 4/1. I know I messed up on becomes just a little bit. It's no big deal. Step number 3 says replace the division symbol with a multiplication symbol. So we still have 3/1. Replace division with multiplication. And we're going to stay with 4/1. Then we can multiply 3/1 times 4/1. Diagonally, do we have anything in common? No, not this time. So we're going to multiply straight across. 3 times 4 gives me 12. 1 times 1 gives me 1. Then I need to simplify. This is an improper, so we're going to make it just 12. Okay. Next is fraction by whole number. So the first thing we need to do is convert whole numbers to fraction and to change mixed numbers to improper fractions. So 1/4 is just fine, but we need to convert 3 to a fraction, which would be 3/1. So that second fraction, we're going to get the reciprocal. So 3/1 becomes 1/3. Now we're going to replace the division symbol with a multiplication symbol. So 1/4 times 1/3. Then we can multiply. We don't have anything in common diagonally, so we're going to multiply straight across. 1 times 1 is 1. 4 times 3 is 12. And this time we don't have any type of simplifying that needs to be done. 1/12 is already in simplest form. And the last one is a mixed number by a mixed number. The first thing we do is convert whole numbers to fractions and change mixed numbers to improper fractions. So we've got some mixed numbers. We need to make those improper fractions. We do that by multiplying the whole number to the denominator. So 1 times 4 gives us 4. Then adding the numerator, 4 plus 3 is 7. So that's 7/4 divided by 1 times 4 is 4, plus 1 is 5, and our denominator stays the same. So we have 7/4 divided by 5/4. Step 2 is to find the reciprocal of the second number. So 5/4 becomes 4/5. step 3 is to replace the division symbol with a multiplication symbol. So we've got 7/4 times 4/5. The fourth step is to multiply our fractions. So we've got 7/4 times 4/5. Checking diagonally, I can see that 7 and 5 have nothing in common, but 4s have 4 in common. So we can make our 4s 1s, then multiply straight across. 7 times 1 is 7. 1 times 5 is 5. Then we need to simplify. We need to make this improper fraction into a mixed number. So I know that 5 goes into 7 one time. There would be a remainder of 2, and our denominator stays the same. So our answer is 1 2/5. And that's it.